Tonight on Evening. A Seattle favorite from The Voice comes home, hoping to preserve a family legacy. The first baseball player guaranteed to round the bases at T-Mobile Park this playoff weekend.
It's important to me to act as a historian for the landscape.
And painting to preserve Washington's wild places. Welcome to the show from Seattle Chinese Garden. I'm St. Brian, and we are here to get a first look at a haunted, immersive experience called Forest of Shadows. A baby carriage surrounded by giant singed teddy bears in a field of colorful lights. A pulsating globe with detached arms reaching out towards passersby. Web of laser beams that draw the eye up to a suspended figure shrouded in white. These are just 3 of the haunted scenarios cooked up by the imaginative minds of Moment Factory, who were responsible for last season's Astra Lumina event.
Moment Factory's stock in trade is doing the spectacular. So we first of all wanted it to be spectacular for people, but we also wanted it to be spooky throughout. A few scary moments, but nothing too much for a younger audience.
No jump scares, no chainsaws. Forest of Shadows offers a haunting experience, guaranteed to stay with you as you try to sleep. Forest of Shadows will be here through November 2nd with tickets ranging in price between $25 and $40.
Make me an angel that flies from Montgomery, and make me a poster of an old rodeo.
That's Seattle native Lila Forde competing on NBC's The Voice last year, where she finished 5th in the competition. Taking full advantage of all of that national exposure, Lila is pursuing a musical career on a West Coast tour, and she just stopped by in Seattle on Sunday. That's when I caught up with her.
Where'd all the time go? I've been looking out this window for way too long.
In a historic craftsman home, the sound of piano fills the air once again. This is where Lila Forde grew up, listening to her mother practice classical music every night, and where she's now fighting to build a lasting music career.
Beside the garden wall.
It's not like once you go on The Voice, then you're a pop star, maybe like it once was.
Lila's blind audition was electric.
Come down off your throne.
Boom, like 3 seconds in, Gwen Stefani turns around, and it's like this whole new jolt of adrenaline where you're like, you realize in that moment, I've made it on this show.
You are the real.
All 4 coaches turned, parents Sean and Molly Forde witnessing their daughter's dream unfold in real time.
And I was just stunned. I was sort of like, this is actually happening to her.
It was incredible. I had no expectation. My body just went, whoa! You know, I was just so excited. I couldn't believe it.
Watching Lila perform carries special meaning for Molly, who is battling Parkinson's disease.
I can't play the piano the way I used to because of Parkinson's, and that's taken away something, but I'm learning to accept and deal with it, and I can watch Lila go on and carry on the legacy.
So much of that legacy is here in the house where Lila was born, a former convent, and the inspiration for Lila's newest single, Home.
There's a house on 68th Street, a crimson craftsman style, a convent through the ages, the nuns were running wild.
The Voice is just one chapter in Lila's story. She has an album funded through Kickstarter before The Voice ever called.
The past year and a half has just been like, go, 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 grind, grind, grind. And the good thing is I really believe in myself and believe in my music, and I love what I do, but it's a lot of work.
In the city where it all started, Lila Forde is betting everything on her dreams.
I've been given this gift and it's my duty to kind of like share it with people because people need it. So I feel like if I keep doing that, keep working hard, we'll get there, we'll get to escape velocity.
'Cause there's nothing like my own sweet
It was a real pleasure getting to meet Lila and her parents, such genuinely nice people. And by the way, you can catch the blind auditions of The Voice Season 28 right here on King 5 Mondays and Tuesdays at 8 p.m. Well, this weekend, the Mariners hope to continue their winning ways when they host the playoffs. We don't know how many home runs the Mariners are going to hit, but we do know one of the guys that is definitely going to be rounding the bases. Here's Chris.
When the Seattle Mariners take the field for their first playoff game Saturday, the first person to run the bases won't be a player. It'll be an 11-year-old Little League player from Woodinville with colorful style from head
My friend got me this hat for my birthday, and I really love tie-dye.
to toe.
Yeah, I love these shoes.
Everett's bold fashion sense matches his courage. He's battling brain cancer.
We've been on quite the journey since Everett was diagnosed earlier this year, and he's already gone through some really difficult treatments. Every single day is a challenge, so when you get opportunities to have any sort of moment of joy, it's really important.
Everett is a huge M's fan, but baseball isn't just something to watch. It's something he lives.
He loves baseball, he plays baseball. It's not just watching the Mariners, he plays Little League, he plays on a travel ball team.
So when the Make-A-Wish Foundation and the Seattle Mariners invited him to be the first to run the bases at Seattle's first playoff game of the 2025 season, Everett didn't hesitate.
I said yes because I know that would be an opportunity, and it's really cool, and I'm really excited.
Today's practice run comes at a crucial time.
He's starting some additional medical treatments this week, and so this is something to take his mind off it and really look forward to while he's going through some of the other harder things.
I mean, the energy in this place. I mean, the players talk about the ground shaking. That's going to be the case for Everett as well. And so he's really going to be the first one to kind of get all of that energy and excitement and passion from the fans. And who better to deserve that than a kid like Everett? When these kids run around the bases, it's hard to describe the feeling when you see how proud they are.
And when we have an opportunity to get on our feet and cheer for someone in the community that needs a little bit of cheering on, it needs some hope, it needs some respite. For the fans to be able to participate in that, I think is such an extraordinary, amazing opportunity. I don't think anybody in the stadium is going to have a dry eye when they see this kid, how his passion for baseball, his passion for the Mariners.
Saturday, when the crowd roars and the ground shakes, Everett will take his victory lap in those colorful snakes.
Here comes the last stretch. Everett, you are safe.
In the middle of his toughest battle, a moment of pure joy.
All right, thank you, Chris. Here's hoping that Everett will always be home safe. Coming up, it's Ball Game Bites. We share the Mariners' best food offerings for playoff time. And Chef Tom Douglas slides in the perfect recipe for winter crabbing season.
Wow! Local stories make a difference.
That's good.
With the power to enrich lives, strengthen communities, and make us smile. Evening is made possible by Primera Blue Cross. Primera Blue Cross, always in your corner.
Welcome back to the show from the Forest of Shadows experience at Seattle Chinese Garden. And if you think a baby carriage surrounded by giant singed teddy bears is scary, you should see how much Jose will eat at a baseball park. Here is a look at what T-Mobile Park is offering for the foodies this playoff weekend.
From claws and caviar piled high in a Mariners helmet to Sasquatch sundaes loaded with crunchy sweets, the postseason menu at T-Mobile Park is world class, just like it's been all season long.
I really want to showcase that T-Mobile Park, the Seattle Mariners, can really be authentic with true flavors, really good menu items to every fan and every level. So we really want to bring in those Asian flavors, those Americana flavors. I worked a little bit in Texas, so I'm bringing some good barbecue flavors here. We're doing 500 pounds of smoked brisket every day in the stadium. We're also really excited to work with our diverse fan base. So I'm bringing some banh mi sandwiches, a teriyaki bowl, even some sweet elements like our dessert nachos.
This time around, there's not one, not two, but 3 player-inspired dishes. I'm talking about Ishiro Suzuki, Felix Hernandez, and Carl Raleigh.
We're partnering with Cal Raleigh, known as the Big Dumper. We're rolling out our version of the Little Dumpers. They're steamed soup-style pork dumplings that come with a little pickled veg on the side, some hoisin sauce.
For the real hungry fans, don't worry. They got something big for you. And just look at the size of this turkey leg. This feels like food for the kings. King Felix, get it now.
If you can't bring a bat into the stadium, just go buy one of those turkey legs. You can knock a ball out of the ballpark.
But wait, there's more. There's 2 items in the menu inspired by Ichiro. The Ichi roll and the Ichi wings. And I heard this one is the same recipe he used to eat it with.
All right, thank you so much, Jose. I have to admit that turkey drumstick was a little scary. Winter crabbing season has started in a lot of local waters. If you've got a bounty of crabs, Chef Tom Douglas has a slider recipe that is just perfect for you. He joins us from the Hot Stove Society kitchen.
Hey everybody, you know sliders are one of the hottest meal tickets in town. We're gonna make ours a little bit differently, a little bit more elegant, and so much more delicious. We've got some mayonnaise, we've got some honey, a little tomato paste, and some fresh chive in here, just minced up. I'm gonna add some lemon zest. My rule is if you're gonna use a lemon, you have to use the zest along with it, because that's where all the flavor is. So we're just gonna add a little bit of lemon juice. So we have that acidic punch. Over here we have the Bonache Hatch chili. So it's a mild chili sauce. This is a local company, so if you see their product around, you're supporting local. I know it's in the middle of winter, but hothouse basil it's okay. It's one of my little cheats. I've got my buns toasting. These are little Macrina brioche buns, local bakery. They do a really nice job. One of the things that drives me crazy is that people don't use the hearts of the celery the way I think they should. So this tenderest part of the celery is where I'm gonna start. And the leaves have delicious flavor. And then I like how crunchy but tender the center stalk is. I want a little crunch when I bite into it. Now for our crab meat. This is an area you have to be very careful so that if you're talking to your fishmonger, just ask them. They can smell it, or just have them put it on a little piece of paper and let you smell it, make sure it smells good. The other thing is when you're building this salad, don't break up your chunks. You pay a lot extra when you get crab meat that has larger chunks like this in it, like, you know, the leg meat. So we're just gonna push that in. I'm making 2 crab sandwiches here. All right, look how pretty that is. Now what am I doing here? I'm just kind of doing my best to just kind of mix in the dressing. Here's my slider buns. Put our avocado down first, smash it down there a little bit, and now we're going to put a nice big dollop of our crab mixture on top. And that is a delicious dinner, appetizer, tailgate, you name it, it works for anything. Enjoy.
Thank you so much, Chef. Looks so good. You can find Chef Tom Douglas's Dungeness Crab Sliders recipe on our website at king5evening.com. Up next, painting to preserve Washington's wildest places.
And I just want this to not disappear, and if it is going to, I want to be able to share it with other people.
Welcome back to the show from the Forest of Shadows immersive experience. Tonight's program being shot tonight by our photographer, Diane Lewis-Torrey. Say hello to the folks, Diane. Diane has a story for us tonight that combines 3 of the things she loves the most: the wilderness, art, and hiking. And the result is magical.
As soon as I get my pack on and I close my tailgate of my truck and my feet hit the pavement or the trail, that's when it kind of starts for me. All the other things I have going on in my life slowly start to compartmentalize and go to the back of my mind. And I'm able to start to then just focus on the painting and then being present where I'm at. And it's almost like I can take a vacation from everything else and I disappear and can get lost in my practice. My name is Corey Elder, and I am a landscape painter. I am also a carpenter by trade and a handyman. Why I love doing this, I feel this connection to this group of people that through the centuries that have been inspired to go out and paint in the landscape. And I get to be part of that arc, of that conversation and the history of that. Elephant's head flowers, pretty little wildflowers along the banks here in the rocky soil. Ever since I was younger, I always felt like time was slipping away, and I just want this to not disappear, and if it is going to, I want to be able to share it with other people.
Looking good.
Thank you so much. I appreciate that.
I wish I had that talent.
I genuinely do enjoy the interaction.
It's just really stunning. I love the different greens, and yeah, it's really pretty.
Thank you so much. I appreciate it. Yeah, no,
that's beautiful.
It means a lot to me. You don't really know why, you just know that something is speaking to you. Where the farthest rock face meets this tree line, so some of these earthy tones. This is the most inspiring and beautiful thing to me, so I want to do it justice. How am I going to make sure this painting doesn't read quick, you know, like a flash? Your eye jumps in and out. You want to try to entice somebody to stay longer and dabble in looking in throughout the painting. This is brighter, this is lighter, this is darker, that's more yellow, this is nice and cool. Ooh, I need to capture how the water's doing that. And so it's actually quite loud inside of me. I paint plein air, that's how I start all my paintings, out in the field. But then I always finish up my paintings in the studio.
So far I've put 87.5 hours into the painting and plan on putting at least another 15 more. It's important to me to act as a historian for the landscape, because if nobody does that, then we might not have record of what it looked like now. The glaciers that exist here where I painted, they're disappearing and they won't come back. And when that fresh water disappears, that cool water disappears, this entire valley changes. The fish that the fisherman is fishing for won't be able to stay cool enough. It's all gonna rapidly change.
It's a beautiful world out there, and I have to paint it beautifully.
Such a stunning story. It was shot in the Mount Baker Wilderness area. You can buy Corey's art directly from his website, and we've got a link to that from our own website, king5evening.com. Up next, it's time for you to choose the best of Western Washington. Vote for your favorite places. We'll show you how.
Now in our 40th season, Evening shares local stories that make our communities shine. Thanks to support from Pemco Insurance. Pemco empowers the Northwest to prevent the preventable. Learn how at Pemco.com. Evening's 33rd annual Best of Western Washington is sponsored by Aegis Living, where we treat you like family.
Welcome back to the show from the Forest of Shadows immersive experience at Seattle Chinese Garden. There is no easy segue to go from all of this to the next subject, so I'll just do it. How would you like to win a trip to Napa? Well, you're in luck. Here's how you do it. It's time to vote in the 33rd annual Best of Western Washington Viewers Poll. Who makes the best burger? Oof, that's a big one. Most delicious donut? Well, we need to know. To vote for your favorites, go to king5.com/best now, or go ahead and scan that QR code. You can vote in 45 categories, and each vote enters you to win a luxurious Napa Valley Wine Country Wellness Getaway worth $7,000 from Aegis Living. Go vote now for your chance to win. And that is our show from the haunted Forest of Shadows immersive experience at Seattle Chinese Garden. It's going to be here through November 2nd. Thanks so much for watching. We'll catch you next time.